This is question 7. This is from Gamma, exercise 23.05. And I've just been asked to do this one. I love this question, by the way. It's about fractions. And it says a 20-litre canteen contains a fruit drink made up of 13 litres of pure pineapple and juice and 7 litres of water. So let's just do that first. So I'm going to write this down as I do it so I know what I'm doing here. So this is, first of all, we go Gamma. And this is exercise 23.05. We're doing question 7. So first things first, we've got a container. Container contains 20 litres. So that's the total it contains. Now, of the 20 litres, we've got 13 litres. And the 13 litres is juice. And the remaining 7 litres is water. So that's the breakdown of what we've got in the container. All right, so let's take a look at how that plays out. So it then says, after 1/3 of the drink has been consumed, the canteen is refilled with water, and then it asks you what's the ratio, what fraction of the mix is juice and water. Okay, so first of all, let's drink 1/3 of it. So if we were to drink 1/3 of that, well, we know that 13 and 7 is 20. And we know that 1/3, if we're going to find 1/3 of this, so we're going to take 20, and we're going to multiply it by 1/3, which of course is the same as saying 20 over 3. Of course, 20 over 3, that's going to be 6 and 2/3, 6 and 2/3 of a litre. So that's the amount of the total thing. We've now reduced the whole thing by 6 and 2/3 of a litre. So the level was right at the top here. That's the top of the water. And it's now shrunk down by 6 and 2/3. In fact, it's almost at this level here now. So let's do that. But I'm going to break it down, not based on the whole lot, which is the 6 and 2/3, but based on the 7 litres. And then, so if I'm going to find, we're going to reduce this by 1/3, and we're also going to reduce this by 1/3. So if we reduce 7 litres by 1/3, we're going to take 7, there's our 7 litres, and we're going to reduce it by 1/3. So what's 1/3 of 7? Or 1/3 of 7 is 7 on 3. All right, so 7 divided by 2 and 1 through 3 is going to be 4 and 2/3. All right, so that is now, that's the water we had, 7 litres. There it is. We reduce it by 1/3. That was 1/3 of the 7th, which gives us 4 and 2/3 of a litre left. We also had 13 litres, and that 13 litres we're going to reduce by 1/3 of that, 1/3 of 13. By the way, I could have done it like this. I could have gone 13 times 1/3, but I've just gone 13 divided by 3, same thing. And the 13 minus 13 thirds, I'll have to check this actually, I'm not quite, it should be 8. 1/3 or 2/3, I think 8 and 2/3. All right, so that now is the amount, that was the amount of water we had. Now left, we've got 4 and 2/3 of a litre of water. We had got 13 litres of juice, but after taking 1/3 of that away, we've got 8 and 2/3 of a litre. Because of course the amount we drank was 6 and 2/3. So this is the amount that's been consumed. We're now going to put that much back in. So now we've got this much water. I'll put water here. There it is. This here is our juice. And this here is the amount we're going to pop back in, which is 6 and 2/3 of a litre. And all that together should equal 20. Let's actually just check that so I don't mess up too much. Okay, so we've got 4 and 2/3. What was the other thing we had? We had also 8 and 2/3. And we also had, 6 and 2/3? Plus 6. Was it 6 and 2/3? 6 and 2/3. That sounds right. And it's 20. Yes, the answer is 20. So we're right on the money there. So that all does come to 20. So that just verifies that we were correct. But now notice we've got the proportions. So how much water have we got in there now? We've got this much and this much. So the 4 and 2/3 and the 6 and 2/3. But the important thing is of the amount we've got in there now, we used to have, of course, 13 litres of juice, but now we've got 8 2/3. This was 13 litres of the 20, 13 out of 20. This is 8 2/3 out of 20. Go back and focus. Thank you very much. This is 8 2/3 out of 20. So the question really, it's asking us, because the question says, let's take a look at it. Here it is. And it says, let's have a look. It says, what fraction of the new mixture of drink is pure pineapple juice? So here is my pure pineapple juice out of 20. So the actual answer is going to be, the amount of juice is going to be 8 2/3 out of 20. And you can just do that on your calculator. In fact, I'm going to have to do that on my calculator because I can't do that in my head. 8 2/3. Let's see. Let's go. What's that? That's 26 out of 30. And I'm just going to divide that by 20. There it is. And I get 13 out of 30. So 13 out of 30. So the question is, what fraction of the mixture of the drink is pure pineapple? And you could say 13/30ths of the mixture. And you want to write this out because part of the assessments coming up is you being able to articulate using sentences what you've just found out. So 1/13 of the mixture is pure pineapple juice. And pineapple is one word. Pineapple juice. And that is how I would go about solving that.